Darling, don't go.
The 1950s, a time remembered for perfect lawns, polished smiles, and the ideal housewife. She wore pearls while washing dishes. She baked from scratch. She kept the home spotless, raised children, and it supported her husband without question. But beneath that carefully constructed image, there was something more. Some might even say there was magic. What if the 1950s housewife wasn't just a symbol of domestication, but a modern-day witch? Not the kind from fairy tales with no pointed hats or broomsticks, but a woman deeply connected to rhythm, ritual, intuition, and transformation. Let's think about it. The kitchen was her domain. She worked with fire, combined ingredients, followed recipes passed down through generations. This wasn't just cooking, it was alchemy, turning raw ingredients into nourishment, infusing meals with care, intention, and energy. With many ancient traditions, this kind of work would have been seen as sacred. A woman who knew herbs, timing, and transformation would have been called a healer or a witch. Daily life in the 1950s was constructed around routine, but routines can also be rituals. Waking at the same time, preparing meals at specific hours, cleaning, tending, maintaining the house. These repeated actions created rhythm, a grounding force, much like spiritual practice. Even something as simple as sweeping the floor can be seen as clearing energy. Setting the table becomes an art of intention. Caring for a home becomes an act of devotion. Quiet magic woken into everyday life. The 1950s housewife was expected to be everything: caregiver, emotional anchor, problem solver. She read the room before anyone spoke. She sensed tension before it surfaced. That's intuition, a deep awareness that many spiritual traditions associate with feminine power. But instead of being celebrated, it was expected, invisible, and unnamed. Like magic that was never allowed to call itself magic. The image of the perfect housewife wasn't accidental. It was created, promoted, and reinforced. Television, advertisement, and the culture all push the same message. This is what a woman should be: contained, controlled, and predictable. But real power rarely fits inside a box. For many women, that quiet power had to be hidden. Basically, historically, independent, intuitive, knowledgeable women have often been labeled as something dangerous. Witches. Today we can look and see something different. Not just limitation, but resilience. Not just conformity, but coded strength. These women created life, held families together, and mastered the art of transformation, often without recognition. If that's not magic, what is? Maybe the witches of 1950s didn't disappear. Maybe they were simply rebranded, hidden in plain sight, wearing aprons instead of cloaks, practicing quiet magic in a world that refused to see it. The magic was always there.